Okay, a quick video for Sharon. The Seeburg VL-200 is just about ready to rock. Still waiting on one or two things. I'll get into that in a sec. I just wanted to take a minute here to kind of go over, what we've got done. It's basically all put back together, so I can kind of go over the cosmetics of the machine with you. That way, well, before you commit to anything, we make sure that you're pleased with it, because I will be traveling a long way with this thing, and I'd hate to unwrap it at your place and, for there to be something. So, the machine, I wouldn't call it like a frame-off restoration. I would call this sort of like a refurbished jukebox. I would say that it's in above average condition. If it were a car, I'd call it a cream puff, I suppose. Pretty much all original. So I'll get into what I'm talking about here, I guess. Stuff like this, the card here, this is the original card. They do make a reproduction, but, this one is not bad enough that it warrants getting a replacement. You could get one, but, to me that looks pretty good, and they're only original once. So just little things like that. These sides, this is not the original finish that was on there. That was changed at some point, but it looks fine. It was well done, and you'd never know. So again, not worth trying to refinish it just for that. Sides are pretty clean. This is the original finish on here. Nothing else has been touched up or painted on it. So that's the only bit. You're not missing any of these chrome little pieces that sometimes are missing on them. It's got all of that. There's a little bit of like where the paint wore off in the corners here, but really, the paint is still pretty nice. It's isn't faded really. No, it shows very well. An important thing is that all the buttons are there, and they're the original buttons. These aren't reproductions. They're all in good shape. These are very nice. They're in extremely good shape. Actually, I'd say that's above average. It's got all of its on the drum that rotates. These are all the original little cards that sort of showed pricing and what kind of music was in it. So very cool to see that. I replaced all these bulbs, so these are all lighting up the way they're supposed to. Kind of a neat feature. Glass is pretty good. There is, if you look for it, there's a little bit of scratches there. 2 scratches there. I'll try to focus on them. But again, nothing really terrible. On the front here, where the Met cover is, there's, I guess, a bit of, I'm going to call that like discoloration that's kind of happening in behind the plastic. And there isn't really much to be done. You could, again, because this is a very collectible, sought-after machine, you can buy a reproduction of that piece of plastic if you ever wanted this thing to be showroom. It could be done, but they're only original once, and it's still a pretty nice machine, all things considered, especially given its age. Again, this side, same thing. It's like I said, it's been painted, but well done. It looks good. It's got like I'm gonna call it like a lime green kind of a fleck over top of green to kind of match this sort of green. Again, here, not 100% perfect. Like there's a little scuff down the side, and then 2 more scuffs in the front here, and the lock cylinder on this side. It's not working. It's missing some of the hardware, and it's just sort of jammed in there, and I don't think it's worth. It's not in a home environment. There's really no sense in having both of the locks working. The one on this side is fine here. And that's another thing. I'm still waiting on the keys. I've ordered those. So I don't know. There is the postal strike that's happening. So don't know what's going on with that. But obviously you don't need to lock it for everything to be fine. But it's nice to have. So I will. Hopefully those come in soon. As I mentioned, back there's a little thing where you could see sort of what number record is when you're loading this thing up, and that little sticker is kind of faded, so we're gonna, like I said, we're getting one printed, so that'll be happening anytime now. What else can I tell you? Well, it's got the coin door, which is always nice. A lot of these things, you know, they're missing this. So nice to see all that there. The bag is in there too. It's got the little bag that the money would drop into. This machine is on free play, so you just pick songs and it plays. You don't need to put money in it. But the coin gear is present, so you could set it up to work on coins, but you know, in a home it's nice to have it just, you know, you walk up, you pick a song, and away you go. The real rock star on this is the grill. I mean, the chrome work on these machines is just, you know, incredible. And to have, you know, these in as good a shape as they are. The grill is another nice thing. You know, a lot of these, the grill kind of gets kicked in or pushed in. It's not squished. It's nice and clean and straight, not rusty. This bottom plate here often gets, you know, people have their feet up on there, so this would get scuffed and, you know, wouldn't look so great. This one looks fine. So, no, I mean, she's got it where it counts. A few little bumps and bruises, but overall, this is a real survivor machine in really nice shape, and I'm sure you'll be very happy with it. Oh, the other thing, there is a little crack. You see where it says 200 selections there. There is, and I mean, you probably wouldn't even notice it if I didn't point it out, but this is a piece of glass that goes across here, and it's cracked. So there you go. Just figured I'd point that out. Beyond that, you know, we got the original. I guess this was at a place called Playboy Amusements in Brockville, Ontario. That's who owned it. So kind of cool. I left that there. You know, sometimes, you know, I scrape those types of things off, but it was a cool name. Playboy Amusements, whatever. I thought we'll leave that on there. So it's there. All the bulbs, like I mentioned that, we replaced all the bulbs, so everything is new, everything is working. And that's really it for cosmetics. I mean, you know, overall, I do have the back cover. We'll install that, and just, you know, it's off because we're, you know, just testing it in the shop thoroughly before it gets delivered. But there you go. So, I don't know, check that out, let me know what you think. It's late, so I'll send this off to you probably tomorrow. And there you go, we're almost there.